Well, to tonight's other main headline now, with breaking news out of Gaza of a response from Hamas to the Donald Trump peace plan. They have accepted some elements of it, including releasing all the hostages. And they say they stand ready to negotiate. Well, Emma is here, and all of this in the last hour or so. Emma, just take us through it.
Well, it's an acceptance and in some ways a rejection at the same time. It's a fairly carefully worded statement, 240 words in all. There are things there that are going to cause problems, certainly for the Israelis and potentially for the Americans. The big headline, the hostages, Hamas will release them. They will let them go dead or alive. They don't have a problem with that, but they say they can't do it within that 72-hour deadline. It's just too difficult on the ground. However, the three key things. They are saying that they expect a complete Israeli withdrawal. That's not in the plan. Israel say that they will maintain a presence there. Palestinian governance, that's another one that's not in the plan. They're talking about Donald Trump being in charge of Gaza and this board of international governance that would include Tony Blair. That's clearly not something Hamas are happy with. And of course, there's no mention of their weapons, because that was another point that Hamas had to give up their weapons. They have said in another statement this evening that they would be willing to give up weaponry because they're a resistance group. If the Palestinians had control, that would mean that they didn't need them anymore. In terms of the response, we've not heard from the Israelis yet. We've seen a tweet from the White House this evening talking about his response to the acceptance. So he's clearly thinking that this is more positive. But, you know, it is going to be really quite difficult, and he is willing to have more discussions. I think the Israelis will be wanting to get some pretty strong messages to him very quickly. And, you know, I think it's important to remember that whilst Donald Trump is currently posting on Truth Social that he thinks this is good news, that Hamas is ready for peace, and that, you know, the bombing must stop immediately so that they can get the hostages out, there is an intensification of that bombing tonight. At least 72 people have died in Gaza during the course of today, and that figure will rise. So I think the one thing that Hamas and Trump are definitely agreed on is that the bombing needs to stop, because there is no way they will be able to get any further unless it does.
OK, Emma, thank you very much indeed for bringing us all of that. Thank you.